Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another 1212 AD Battlefield today, and here we have the Welsh. The men of Wales are fighting alongside the, well, I think we have the Low Countries here today supporting them. We have Brabant and we have Flanders. I've actually just mixed those two up. But yeah, we have Flanders and Brabant here fighting alongside the Welsh, the inferior men of the British Isles. No, I'm joking. I'm sure they're equally just as mighty as the British, but here they are, or the English I should say. Fighting along, they're now sending in their cavalry, and they're going for a charge on the Portuguese general here, and he's actually wavering already. So we have started off very, very quickly here, and this is a seriously close battle that I've been sent by a member of the Discord. So if you want to send in your own 1212 replays, then join the Discord. The link is down below in the description, and you can see that the Portuguese are desperately trying to get their Spanish Order Foot Knights into combat to help fight these Hospitallers. It looks like the general was tempted for a moment to go back for these Hospitaller Knights. It looks like the Hospitallers got the better charge off, and they're tier 1 against tier 3, so they did not stand a chance. They're going to try and get some pole arms in here now, and you can see that the Hospitallers are losing, but so are the Cavalleros here, mainly because of those gunners, and there are handgunners across the entire battlefield. Literally, there are no other archers, I don't think. There's just handgunners everywhere, which are a really, really good unit. Solid unit. We've got the Swiss here. I forgot to mention the other team. The Swiss are obviously allied with the Portuguese, and they have also got the Bohemians supporting them today. So it's some interesting alliances, we'll put it like that. You can see we've got some shock infantry now going into combat against crossbows. So we do have some actual some non-gunners. I do apologise, but yeah, we do have a few, but not many. Look at all like the shining armour that's on these units. Won't be shining like this for long. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing 1212 on the channel and would like to see some more epic battles and sieges, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe from around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, guys, can't thank you guys enough for all the support. We're nearly at 3,300 subs. So again, like I said, massive thank you. You can see that these shock infantry just minced these crossbows, did a very good job, and they can then help support their allies if they need to. They've got pole arms and against pole arms over here, so we'll have to see how that one goes. I mean, now the cavalry can rear charge. And these pole arms are engaged as well. And a general has been killed. Whose was that? That was, in fact, the Welsh general has been killed. So the Welsh general has actually died first. I don't know what happened to the Portuguese one. I don't know if the Portuguese one is dead. I've not seen him. I have not seen him. Where is he? I presume he's run off the battlefield. Yeah, I think he's run off the battlefield because he can't be dead. Over here you can now see that we have Flanders now engaged against the Swiss. Singing their pole arms and stuff like that. Looks like everywhere else at the moment still just a bit of like just firing. I'm going to say muskets, but they're not muskets, they're handgunners. They're just firing their handgunners. The general here looked like for the Swiss is going to go for a charge on these sergeants. Then really decided it was not for the best. See the men at arms in here battling on. So bright. God, these units are bright. Yeah, they're fighting against these heavy shock in here. Heavy shock, and then the pole arms can support. So that is certainly a battle that the Swiss can win. Here the Welsh are rear charging these poor Portuguese, and these guys are having a rough old time. What they brought here, Spanish Order Foot Knights. Yeah, they're bringing their tier 3 stuff, and they're getting outclassed. Tier 1, sorry. They're bringing their tier 1 stuff, and they're fighting tier 3. And tiers prove that you want the highest tier possible, because that is what's going to work best. General's under attack. Oh, they just charged the general into the swords. Very nice charge. Now the Count of Flanders is going to return the favour and charge the Swiss general and some of these Swiss infantry here. So will the Count of Flanders get caught there? He may do. He didn't do the greatest of charges. Over on the far side now, we also have a combat going on. Brabant is about to engage Bohemia. You can see these militia spears going in first. For Bohemia! And in they go. These men don't even have shields. They just got to give them a spear. Give them a spear and say, go and fight the enemy. And they're already wavering. Poor militia. They don't have an easy time of it, do they? We've got some Bohemian Knights here, though. They're going to try and go for a charge onto these guild hammers. Guild handgunners. Why were they guild hammers? There you go. A strange name I'm just giving them. Brabantian Knights may just get a counter charge here, though. And this could be devastating for the Bohemian Knights. Oh, certainly was not a great charge on their half. They just charged into the back of their own pole arms. Need to be careful though, does Bohemia. They doesn't get like stabbed up by all those Brabantian pikes. Over on this side, it looks like Portugal's going to win this fight. Portugal looks like he's going to win this. Wales, I feel a bit sorry for. Wales like did such a good job. It looked like he routed the Portuguese general early game, and is going to lose this because well, Portugal's managed to keep some of his cav alive. In the centre, we can see that well, it looks like Flanders having a rough time against the Swiss here. Got halberds going against each other. I mean, Flanders also has a lot of stuff that's now going to go over and support Brabant. But their swords are losing here. The swords are losing here. What do we have here going on? We have plenty, yeah, a lot of sergeants falling back here now. You can see that a lot of units getting involved in here. Men-at-arms for Flanders now getting involved in the Brabant fight. So they're trying to influence this fight and maybe just get rid of Bohemia. So then the, Brabant and Flanders can take on what is going to be, well, it's going to be Portugal and it's going to be the Swiss. They got some good charges off here. The Swiss got a good charge into these sergeants. And look at this unit! Down to 83 men. That's a fresh unit. It's a really good charge there. And then a general is dead over here as well. So there you go. That's Bohemia's general dead as well. So Bohemia may start to chain route. And it already looks like certainly his left flank is looking really bad. Yeah, that's all gone now. Going to get rear charged here as his swords. And they were winning. And they were about to break the sword unit. But they're going to break instead probably because of this charge from Brabant. This is a serious... Oh, look at that. Both sides broke in the end. So sergeants may return. But like the macemen are fully shattered. And over... Yeah, look at this. All of a sudden Bohemia is just wiped off the face of the earth. I mean, the Bohemian Knights are winning here. But like... This is a small victory. They need to win this soon and get this Bohemian Knight out and back to friendly lines. But it doesn't look like they're going to get the other one out. It's being chopped down by shock infantry. But yeah, so it's down to the Swiss and it's down to what remains of Portugal. But Portugal's still not out of this yet. He's still fighting the Welsh. And he's fighting a hard fight. He's got his Spanish Order Foot Knights here. They're fighting on against some Hospitallers. And the Spanish Order Foot Knights are breaking. They are breaking. Those poor men. I thought they'd won. They're not quite over. But yeah, now the mercenary Genoese getting involved. You can see that the Swiss are also sending a few units across. Try and just get rid of this Welsh force so they don't have to worry about this in their rear lines. So this is going to be a good charge here by the Swiss cav. In they come. Brace, men! Men of Wales, brace! There you go. And they might rout those sergeants before the sergeants rout these Genoese. It's hard to say though. And there you go. Yeah, the sergeants broke and those cavs saved their those crossbows. And now I need to go and do the same over there with the dismounted Hospitallers. Over on this side, it looks like the Swiss are now fully engaged with well, it looks like they're fully engaged with Flanders now with their cavalry in here. It's heading to an absolute mess.
Running for their lives.
Absolute mess. Who's getting their cavalry out? Oh, you can see the Swiss getting their cav out. But yeah, there's so much cav and infantry mixed in here. So generally, Count Flanders is in here. He's wavering as well. You can be careful. He doesn't go and die. And he's broken. Why did they send him in? There's no need to. They like had all of this stuff ready. And this is Brabant. So it looks like it's going to come down to, yeah, Brabant and the Swiss. The Swiss have managed to keep their general alive. Just about. The general there, yeah, fully gone. So that's not as bad as a general dying. But it's still not great for morale. Got the pole arms of the Swiss here now engaged with the Brotherhood of St. George's. This is a Flemish unit. It looks awesome. Tier 1 again, Tier 2 though. And it's facing a Tier 3 pike or pole arm. Look at that, pole arm versus pole arm. And you can see the Swiss now sitting in their cav. They're going to rear charge this sergeant unit. Swiss cav's done very well today. There you go, they're just going to knock them down. And they're broken. Probably one more charge and then they can then charge these pikes here if they wanted to, or those pole arms. Or they're going to retreat. They see the gunners coming up. Who's got cavalry over here? This is Bohemia. Bohemia did actually get some cav out. He did win that cav fight. Got his cav out alive. Just about. So that's a fairly healthy unit as well. 67 men. Could be a very good asset. You can see that the dismounted men-at-arms here breaking. So it just leaves this this polearm unit here. That's the last real thing in combat. And these guys are just getting speared on the end of the Swiss halberds. There in comes the Swiss cav again. It's a tiny unit though, but it's doing a lot of damage. Yeah, 26 men. And they've routed the polearms there. And now I think that's basically it. I think it's now just down to Brabant, who does have his general. He's the last army with a general. He's looking a little banged up, but he's looking fine. Love the unicorn horn almost on the horse's head. It looks awesome. But yeah, I'd say Brabant's got a pretty healthy army. He has just a few less men, but the Swiss have been pretty beaten up this battle. They've had to fight on basically every single theatre, and they don't seem to have many gunners left. They have a couple, which I think Brabant has the advantage in. You can see this tiny little unit of Flemish men-at-arms limping back to the Brabantian lines. We've got sergeants here, we've got men-at-arms, all sorts of stuff getting ready. Who's got more cav, though? Cav is king in this game. They've got 3, not including their gen, and the Swiss have 3 as well, I believe, yeah, because the Bohemians have theirs here. And not including their gen, but theirs is so much more banged up. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It depends who can get the best charge off, etc. We'll have to see. But they're coming forward now. I can imagine it's going to be a little bit of a skirmish phase. I think the gunners here are probably going to try and... I think, certainly Brabant should try and rout the gunners of the Swiss, because they already have the advantage in missile. If they can do that, then they can just freely shoot this this front line and any other cavalry or polearms that they want to shoot. That'd be what I'd do. You can see that the Swiss is going to fall back his infantry. Maybe he's just wary of exactly being shot in the shot by these gunners. But they're a little bit out of range yet. Still, they you can see that their range is not quite it there yet. They're yeah, Brabant's up to here, so he's nearly in range. And I think, yeah, there you go. Gunners are now in range. And there you go, the smoky mess that is the gunners, the handgunners in this game. They are cause an absolute mess, they do. With their big plumes of smoke. Yeah, and they got a nice volley off, and I don't think Brabant got to for a reply. Because he was having to move into range. So yeah, the Swiss got the initial shot off, but they should now get a volley, I would think. Maybe not. Have the Swiss got better range? I think they do. The Swiss have better range. I did not realize that. I guess they're mediums against light. That might have something to do with it. I don't know. Honestly, couldn't tell you. But yeah, the Swiss are not giving any ground. So I'm going to fast forward for now, just until... I think this is going to be a bit of a cat and mouse for a little bit. But we'll see what goes on. So yeah, the Swiss trying to just get some easy volleys off. They're trying to take out this far right unit of handgunners. And this one here. Look, they're actually wavering them. They're going to even it up a bit. They need to get these units. They want to possibly flank. Bring a bit of cavalry up as well. The Swiss are just having none of it. They don't want to even stand and fight. Yeah, they're just going to... give more ground, give more ground. And yeah, I think they have the superior range, so they can just fire onto these poor Brabantians, and they're getting just destroyed. There you go, that unit broke in 3 rallied just now. Very tactical here by the Swiss player. Preserving what he has and weakening Brabant just enough. I'd say most of his numbers actually for Brabant are probably in his handgunners. I mean, he's got some fresh shock back here, which are very useful. Let's get those crossbows forward as well. Those Genoese need to be careful they don't get shot and broken. They've already on the the brink of breaking as it is. And there you go. These Brabantians are already being broken. They're gone. That's one down. 3 should go. The Swiss are doing... I mean, they just need to get really close to the Brabantian gunners. So that they're then basically in range, can get a volley off on these guys. You can see they're falling back. Still, they're like, as soon as Brabant gets just close enough. It must be so frustrating as Brabant. I think you should just give the attack order. Just let them keep coming forward. But yeah, these poor gunners. Yeah, there you go. We got a volley off that time. Took a few of these gunners out. Oh, and we have a cavalry. Oh, I thought we had a cavalry charge. I saw this cavalry like go bombing forward, and I was like, I thought we were about to have a charge. I thought they were going to go for these gunners, but no. But we might see a charge in a moment. Brabant sending his cav forward. Very isolated though. He needs to be careful. I think he was going to try. Yeah, he was going to sweep around, and try and go for these gunners. But this cav is very much protecting it. So there we go. Nothing really happening. Just a lot of chasing shadows, especially for Brabant. I think he's giving up. He's getting shot now in the rear as he runs. He needs to be careful. His infantry certainly was a long way away. He gave so much ground up. And I think the Swiss have seen the change in the battle, and you can see they're now going to go in for these gunners. Brabant's going in for these gunners, and he's going to change the cavalry. And here we go. Cavalry fight underway. The cavalry fight starts once again, and I think Brabant will lose that. Both are losing it, to be fair. They could trade cavalry here. I can hear more cavalry coming in. That's Bohemia going in against the Flemish cav. I don't know who will win that cav fight, and this is so confusing. Everyone's in such bright colours that you can't really tell who's who. It looks like Bohemia's going to lose this one, though. He's wavering already. Men-at-arms, they've broken... Yeah, they broke the Bohemian Knights, but they might get broken themselves now, these men-at-arms. They're getting surrounded. Yep. A lot of trading going on here. And I think the Swiss are going to be broken by Brabant, but I think then the Swiss swords will break the Brabantian Knights. It's going to be a messy one, put it like that. And the gunners are now dueling. And there you go, the Swiss and Brabantian Knights both routed. Though these Flemish might return. They're only... yeah, they return. Look at that. So that's 20 cavalrymen back. They might be useful. Look like they're going to be chased down by the Swiss cav out here. But now would certainly be the time for Brabant to use his other cavalry all the way around here and stretch the Swiss. They don't have enough cavalry to defend both flanks. And while this cavalry's still active, get in play. Like, start running away. Go like in this direction. Run off that way. Don't charge, you fool. Oh, he's going to lose that. Shouldn't have done that. Should have, because now, like, look at this. Brabant's bringing his cavalry across. He should have just gone left. And then just gone for, like, the infantry line. Like, the general, both the general and this cavalry unit were distracted. It's definitely a chance that they could have gone for the sword line and broken through. Maybe killed the gunners as well while they were there. But this whole line needs to just start going inwards. Needs to start peeling left, because you can see not Brabant's, the Swiss are trying to get around Brabant's right. But there you go. I don't know if they're gonna do anything again, so I'm gonna make a cut, because this seems like a very cat and mouse situation at the moment. So until like the next bit of combat begins, I think all you'll miss is maybe it's just some gunners running away and shooting. But yeah, until like the next bit of combat, I'm gonna make a cut. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so we are back, and it looks like, well, all you've missed is a few gunners breaking for the Swiss, but it looks like now we're going to see the infantry charge by the Swiss, which I'd say have the more healthy infantry. Certainly more infantry units, like the Swiss, the Brabantians are very stretched out. And, yeah, you can see now that the cavalry, Brabantian Knights coming across to face the Swiss cavalry, and then but they're getting shot by gunners, you can see this. So they are trying to get some shots off from these Brabantian Knights, which is very, very good. They need to get their gunners, Brabant does, to just finish off these gunners once and for all. Save their cavalry from a grisly death. And these sergeants broke here, being shot by friendly and foe gunners. And they're now about to get charged. And I mean, yeah, the Swiss see an opportunity to break through his infantry line and go straight for the gunners. And yeah, I think we're about to see combat. These Swiss, they've seen so much action. And there you go. In they go. This is the first bit of combat. Just a tiny little unit of Brabantian like sergeants holding on. And they're broken. And now it's into the gunners. And see, they're just standing looking at each other in shield wall. Neither wants to make the attack, give the advantage away. You can see the Brabantian knights here are going to just chase off this sword unit. What's going on the right flank? So they could maybe think about putting their pole arms in here, mixing it up, trying to get some nice little flanking shots here going on though. But the gunners, they're firing to the flank of these pole arms. Where's the Brabantian knights gone a long way back? The general has charged in. General for Brabant is charging in. He's gone for these Swiss in here. Got a nice charge off from this Swiss infantry here. Managed to get out with minimal losses. Looks like the general here for the Swiss is not as eager to go in. You see that they're going to flank around with these swords though. The swords in front of the pole arms are already wavering. But the pole arms are wavering as well. If they can get the sword in behind, break them, then they can turn this flank quite quickly. These swords here, they might want to be careful. They might want to maybe start flanking. I don't know. It's a risk. They may get charged here by the Duke of Brabant. They're certainly going to get charged by these dismounted Brabantian knights. And in they come. Chopping these guys down. Heads will start to fly. Swords winning here for the Swiss. The gunners are certainly firing through their own, at their own men, so they're doing a lot of damage to their own men. So you can see these units starting to lose because they're not inspired by being shot in the back. And yeah, more importantly, those pole arms broke on this far flank. They have re-rallied just now, but if this sword can get in and charge these guys fully set up properly, big win there. Swords breaking in the center. Looks like they got beaten by these swords here. The general is still alive. And we've got a cavalry fight going on out here. And it looks like Brabant's going to win this cavalry fight. Unless they can get the shock infantry in soon. But it's hard to say. Looks like the Swiss are going to lose this one. Like this little fight here anyway, not the whole battle. But yeah, so the Swiss cavalry is broken. So is the Brabant cav. And now the shock infantry is now engaged with the Brabantian shock. I mean, they may get a charge off here with the generals onto the shock. Here we go. Wasn't a great charge. I don't know what that was for a charge. That was a terrible charge. Brabant's general is now dealing with cavalry that's rejoined the fight. But that might want to start thinking about charging the back of these shock. Brabantian knights here rallied as well. They might get a general here. It's a risk. If whoever loses their general first is probably going to lose this. Infantry on this side has certainly been cleaned up by the Swiss. So it's doing a good job here winning that. But the general here is wavering. He is wavering. He is just about to survive that fight. And there you go. Look at that general is charging into the shock. He's also charging into pole arms. You need to be careful. He's not just charging those pole arms, which are actually losing. They are losing in this fight to shock infantry. Kind of surprising. The shock infantry don't have the range, I would have thought, to fight the pole arms. But there you go. Weird things have happened. Now this general, I think, should try and duel the Swiss general. Or he should just try and take out this pole arm. It's up to him. But I don't think the Swiss general can afford to go into combat. But the Swiss are being cleaned up over here. These swords are starting to break. And there you go. The Brabant general is going to go into the back of these pole arms. There he goes. And they're going to break. He needs to get that shock infantry over here to help deal with these swords. Some of his units are rejoining, including a handgunner. There you go. That pole arm's broken. Now down to the shock. Swords over here losing, fighting the pole arms. They need to charge these swords around the flank. Get these swords around the flank. Also get these pole arms engaged against their pole arms. He's got to use his general very defensively now. He's only got 10 men left against 37 from the Duke of Brabant. He's going to need an absolute, I don't know, miracle here, I think, as the Swiss. Needs, the generals to charge these pole arms. See, the gunners are going to probably start firing. Yeah, they're firing to the backs of these guys. That's not going to help morale either. Is he going to send his general to go and deal with these gunners? Quite possibly. Those swords are losing here against the shock infantry. They're breaking them. Actually, not even going to finish breaking them. Going to go into the next sword already. See what he's trying to do. Oh, these polearms are wavering. I think it's because they're being flanked. They can get the general in behind. Oh, here we go. General coming in for the swords. Oh, yeah, that's pretty devastating. Now the general, like, charges him. The Swiss general's going to be careful. And they got the polearms in here. Oh, it's going to be close. The general's winning it. He's beating the Duke of Brabant, apparently. Then the Duke of Brabant's also winning. Everyone's winning. Swiss general is breaking. Men are wavering. The Swiss general is broken. That might be it. I think that might be it for the Swiss. Unless they can kill the Duke of Brabant, like now. No, he's got out. They need to flank these polearms. But I think they're done. I think the Swiss have been beaten. And that was a seriously, seriously close one. I mean, it started really quickly with like the Welsh killing off the Portuguese and stuff like that. But it's like going to come down to like one tiny little Swiss unit. It's going to form square. And it's going to try. It's going to be broken like this.
Our men have rallied.
I think the Swiss have lost. If they lose, if they somehow turn this around, I will be amazed. They've actually rallied. Some swords have rallied. No way. Nothing else is there. No. Just the Swiss swords have rallied, though. They could rear charge these guys, get a few kills. No, they're breaking already. That's a shame. In comes the cav. They're going to just rout these swords once and for all. You need to be careful that they don't charge into a polearm. I think the general's still alive, just about. This shock infantry here is losing. But I can't imagine this Swiss square can hold for much longer. And there you go. I think that's it. Oh no, they are actually losing now, but they're wavering the Brabantian shock. Oh, they broke them. Oh, please don't tell me they're gonna somehow win this. Yep, they're even now again. It's going to be close. It's going to be seriously close. Yeah, they are, there you go. They're wavering and they're gone. And that's the Swiss finally defeated. What a battle. It was really, really good. It started off like really high like impact. Like everyone was like attacking everyone. And like it was just insane, and then it like calmed down a little bit, and then it looked like it could go either way with the Swiss and the Brabantians, and it nearly did. So well done to the Flemish, to the Brabantians, and the Welsh for winning that one. It's a very, very close run thing. But also well done to the Bohemians, to the Swiss, and to the Portuguese. It's equally very, very close. But all 6 players did very, very well. But yeah, this was sent in by Permsil, who was playing as the Swiss. He just lost out in that battle, but did a really good job. His like general getting 174 kills, his shock getting 121. Maybe want a little bit more from their shock because it's really, really good shock infantry with their two-handed swords. His halberds did very well, 264 kills. His swords with John the Great did okay, 158. His gunners getting 364, 345. His cavalry getting 475 and 404 kills, did very, very well. Then we have Unik Dost here, who's playing as the Kingdom of Bohemia. His king only getting 26 kills before getting killed. His heavy axe getting 95, which is a bit of a shame. His spear militia, no one expected them to do well, getting 13 kills. His macemen getting 42, which is a bit of a shame because these macemen are really, really good. His gunners as well did not do too well. Bohemia, to be fair, was like the first to go for the for like this side, and his cav equally did not do so great, getting 54 kills. And then we have a Maxist here who is playing as Portugal, his Spanish Order Foot Knights getting 61 kills. Like again, Portugal seemed to just get evaporated. His some of his Spanish Order Foot Knights here early got 183 kills. They did quite well. His crossbows getting 141 kills, and his cav did quite well, getting 178 and 221. But yeah, his general got like 1 kill before getting charged down and killed. So that's unfortunate. Then we have Radagastel here, who is playing as the County of Flanders. His general getting 165 kills. His dismounted men at arms getting 238. His sergeants did not do that well. They did not get many kills at all. His gunners equally did not get many kills, only getting like 61. And his men at arms, his cavalry here, getting 223 kills. Then we have Boris here, who's playing as the Duchy of Brabant, the victor of today's battle, getting 393 kills with his general. His shock doing really well, getting 235, 345. His pikes getting, or his halberdiers getting 139. His sergeants did a bit better than the Flemish ones, getting 139 kills. His gunners getting 238, and his Brabantian knights getting 131 and 142 kills. And then we have the Welsh here, the Principality of the Welsh, played by Cuppadance, who got 83 kills with his general before he got killed. His dismounted hospital knights did very well, 272, 333 kills. His pole arms, his billmen did like no damage, and look at like some of them broke, having like full like unit left, which is just unfortunate. Same with these sergeants. His sergeants here, speaking of them, got 146 kills, 175 kills, did quite well. His gunners getting 86 kills, and his hospitaller knights here 314. So some very, very good kills today with the cavalry. But there you go, guys. If you enjoyed this 12-12 battle, it was certainly an epic one. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Feel free to join the Discord as well if you'd like to send in your own epic battles. I'm more than happy to like check them out. Really enjoy seeing you guys and like what action you're getting up to in your replays. But anyway, if you've enjoyed, then do remember to leave don't know why I'm repeating that again. Who knows? Clearly got the mind of a goldfish. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next one.